right, guys. Hey, this is Kenshada Daniels. I'm coming back at you again with another video for you guys. So please like and subscribe to my channel, share my videos, get the word out. I want to help as many people as I can, especially with this free knowledge, free information. Come on, let's pass this around and not be stingy, right? Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about overcoming fear. And I'm not talking about just fear pertaining to life, different things in life. I'm talking about fear in starting a business, whether it's a home care agency or whatever business you're wanting to start. Of course, my specialty is home care agencies because I've been there, I've done that. I am a home care agency owner. I know the operational side, I know the hiring side, I know marketing, different things. And I especially know how to get, connected, become a Medicaid provider and get contracted with insurance companies. But I want to focus on overcoming fear in this video because a lot of you want to start a business, and I'm just going to focus on home care agency. A lot of you are very compassionate people. You love helping others. You love taking care of the elderly, or even if it's the disabled. You love that. That's a part of your nature. You love caring for others. You may be in the medical field. You may be a CNA, a nurse, physical therapist, occupational therapist, whatever it is. You have that within you to help and take care of others. And you may have tossed the thought around, of starting your own home care agency. But there are times when we want to start something new and step out on faith that fear will begin to come and bring us all kind of thoughts, distractions, discouragement, and things like that. So I want to talk to you about the 5 top fears that people face when they're stepping out into the business world, especially into entrepreneurship, because a lot of our traditions growing up, we've been told you go out there, you get a good job, a government job, state job, or any type of job that has good benefits, and you stay there until retirement, right? I know a lot of you have been told that because I was told that, right? So although I've, been back and forth with working in corporate America, because professionally I am a nurse, I am a licensed practical nurse. So I know that I can get out there, get a job, bounce back between being a business owner. But when I first started out, it wasn't easy to step out and start a business because I had certain level of fear. And then also I had to break down certain mindsets that I had programmed in my mind. So the first level of fear I want to talk about is the fear of failure, right? So anytime you're thinking about starting something new, you want to start a business, that fear of failure is always going to come up. Majority of the time it's going to come up because you're looking at it as, okay, I'm going to take my money. Sometimes it may be your last, or it may be extra money you have from an income tax or anything like that, and you're going to invest it in a business. Well, naturally, we all want our businesses to be successful, right? So when we think of the idea of starting a business, the fear of failure, you'll start saying, oh man, what if it doesn't make any money? What if it doesn't go anywhere? What if I lose all my money that I've invested and I don't get a return? Well, the fear of failure can come as you doubting or self-sabotaging yourself, right? So self-sabotage is you talk yourself out of it, okay? You convince yourself not to start a business, not to move forward, not to take the leap of faith, right? So in order to overcome that fear of failure, you're going to have to reprogram your mind and tell yourself that you are successful, you can succeed, you can become whatever you believe in your mind you can become, and also calculate the cost, right? So a lot of times the fear of failure can come in when you haven't done any research on your industry, you don't have any numbers or statistics to work with and to view, and then if you don't have a business plan or strategy. So some of the things that will help you counteract the fear of failure is being more organized, establishing your business plan, establishing your strategy, establishing your marketing strategy, how you're going to do, and then doing your research, looking at the numbers in the industry, statistics, in your area, what services make this amount of money versus other services. So when you do your research and really get involved, and then you keep yourself positive by, just constantly with positive affirmations, positive thoughts, and also not allowing yourself to succumb to the fear of failure and not sharing it with those who may also help with your fear of failure. Okay, so hopefully that helped. Now, number 2, the second fear is fear of money. Right? So, some of you may be like, oh man, that's funny. That's crazy. But in reality, there are those out there who actually have a fear of money. Now, it's not as pronounced or not as seen, like some other fears, but some people, they actually will, want to get started. They'll take the leap of faith, start the business, and then when things get rolling, and the money's coming in, they pull back because their mind has been conditioned to live at a certain level. So whether it's they came up with the poverty mindset, or they came up with do I really deserve this amount of money? Am I really qualified to be doing this and making this much money? So there are all type of things that can come into play, and and also make the fear of money debilitating, right? So some people, they start making money, then they get scared, and then they like, oh, what am I going to do about my family members who, they're not making money, they're down there now, and all kind of things, that negative things that can come up in your mind. So to counteract the fear of money, you want to make sure that you have a budget, right? You want to make sure you have a budget, you have some type of accounting system, keeping track of what's coming in and what's going out, right? And you also want to, remain humble and have a thankful attitude. And also, depending on what level you are, I will also suggest in giving back, right? So in the act of giving back, it makes you more well-rounded and keeps you in the mindset of humility. Okay, that you don't get so arrogant or anything like that. And it also helps you not to be afraid of making money, because if you see where your money is going, and what's coming in, what's going out, and then you're giving back and helping others, that will help with the fear of money, and you won't get scared and pull back when you start making thousands of dollars. Sometimes it's overnight, so to speak, and sometimes it's a process. It takes time to get to that level. But you want to make sure and condition yourself that just because your financial status has changed, you don't have to change as a person, and you don't have to be fearful, because if you're making that amount of money, it is for you to make it. So don't, self-doubt and say, am I worthy? You are worthy, because that's why the money is coming, and that's why your business is being blessed. Okay. All right. So number 3, the third fear is doing it alone, right? So a lot of times when you step out and you start that business, most of the times you're going to be starting it alone, right? It's going to be your personal vision, your personal idea that you want to move forward with, okay? So sometimes people will have the fear of doing it alone, because they'll think to themselves, well, how can I manage all of this by myself? I need somebody to do marketing. I need somebody to do social media, emailing. Well, I don't want you to have the fear of doing it alone. There's nothing wrong with starting out alone, because this is your learning ground. It gives you a chance to learn things that you didn't know. You're going to make mistakes. You can learn from your mistakes to do things in a better way, easier way. And then also, when you do get to the point to hire staff, you can train them yourself personally, because you've done all the roles. You know what it takes to, keep up with social media. You know what it takes to make a budget. So when you do hire staff, you can personally train them to do it how you want it to be done for your business. So a lot of times people are scared to start the business because they don't want to do it by themselves. But don't look at it as you're by yourself, you're all alone, how you're going to do it. Just get out there and do it, and look at it as a learning experience. So once you change your perspective to, okay, I can learn all of these roles, it's going to take research. So when I first started out, I didn't know anything. I may have known a little bit about the medical because I was a nurse, but as far as owning and managing a home care agency, I had to learn. I had to research. I had to call around and ask other agency owners, hey, how do you do this? How do you manage that? I had to invest in others that knew more than me to be able to get to this point where I am today. So don't be afraid of doing it alone. That will only last for a time, because once you start moving and growing, your team will come. You'll begin to hire people, and you'll get an assistant. All of that will come. But use the time in the beginning as you're growing as your learning ground, okay? So look at it as I'm in learning mode. You're going to make mistakes. Don't worry about that. The mistakes are all for your learning, okay? So don't fear being alone or doing it alone. And if you want more information and help on how to manage your home care agency alone, check out my YouTube video that's called, Are You Operating Your Business Alone? Right? So go check out that video. I have some tips in there that can help you. All right. So number 4 is fear of critics. Right? A lot of us fear what people are going to say about us starting a business, who's going to discourage us, who's going to talk about us. A lot of times we worry about what people are going to say when it doesn't matter. Because if God gave you the idea, you the vision, it's only for you. You don't have to seek validation from anybody. You don't have to get their confirmation, because God giving it to you is your confirmation alone. Start the business. Move forward. You love helping people, start that home care agency. Don't wait, right? You have to be careful with who you share your ideas with, because some people who their mindset is limited and they can't see themselves, past their current level, they may discourage you by the words that they say. Don't fear critics. A lot of times, when we're criticized by, when we're starting a new business and stepping out, and we're being criticized, a lot of times it's coming from a place of fear, even inside the person who's criticizing you. They're scared that you're going to be so successful, or you're going to leave them behind, or you're going to be doing better than them, that fear manifests itself as something discouraging to you. So please be mindful of who you share your ideas with, because you don't want to add to your fear of critics. You don't want to be focused on what people say. Don't worry about what people say. You got to learn how to block that out. When you're a business owner, you will get a backbone, okay? You will learn to block out certain things, certain people, certain places. You have to be laser focused and determined that, okay, I am going to do what I can, that this will be successful, that this will work, especially when it came from God. There's no other choice but it to be successful. Now, your successful may look different than the next person's successful. It all depends on your goals and the vision that God has given you. So don't go out and compare yourself to anybody else. Don't worry about what the critics say. Just keep this in mind. Criticism and those talking about you is free marketing. Free marketing. So don't look at it in a negative way. I want you to look at it in that positive way. Free marketing for you. All right. And the last one is fear of competition, right? So when we make up our minds, okay, I'm going to start my home care agency, and then you do all the steps, you get going, and then you think about, oh my goodness, there's like 10 other home care agencies in my area. What if it's too many agencies in my area? What if it's oversaturated with agencies? Don't worry about that. The fear of competition also will paralyze people from moving forward, because once you start looking at others and comparing yourself to others, their situations are different, their money, their financial status is different. You don't know what type of funding or capital they're working with. If God gave you the vision, you focus on how he's leading you to do your business. All right. And don't ever think it's oversaturated, because even if you look in your local town, city, state, there's several burger places, right? You can go to McDonald's, Burger King, or whatever. It's several choices. It didn't stop then, and all of them are making money, right? All of them are successful on their levels, right? So don't worry about if there's 10 other home care agencies in your area. Your home care agency is going to be specifically for you, and it's going to be people out there specifically for your home care agency. It's millions, billions of people out here on earth, and a lot of the people here on earth, the aging population, which is the population that we service, is plenty of them. You know, it's oversaturated with people. So you don't have to ever worry about, am I going to get clients, or where they're going to come from? What am I going to do? Now, I will tell you this. You have to put in the work. You can't start an agency, do all the steps, and then sit back and expect, clients to just pop up. No, you're going to have to get off your butt and do work. You're going to have to make calls. You're going to have to make visits. You're going to have to do flyers, give out business cards, send emails, host events. It's going to be something that you have to do on your part. Now, that's why I said that you have to be determined and laser focused on your vision. But don't walk around comparing your success to the next person, or thinking that, okay, it's 10 other agencies in my area, I'm not going to get any clients. That's self-doubt and self-sabotage. Don't do that to yourself. You have to know and realize when you receive those thoughts, you cancel them out and say, nope, it's billions of people in the world. There's not a shortage. I will get clients. God will make a way. Right? So you have to counteract those thoughts and think positive and be sure of yourself. If God has given you the vision, it's going to work. It's going to work. I know a lot of us have to even overcome mindsets, thinking a particular way, being programmed a particular way, growing up and being taught things a particular way. A lot of us have to pull back all of that unnecessary stuff and recondition, reprogram our minds for success, right? I had to do it, and I still have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you can get to a certain level of success, and then you wonder, okay, is this it? Am I gonna? Yes, that I am destined for more. That's not it for me. Sometimes you have to tell yourself and remind yourself. If you want videos that are encouraging and to help you reprogram your mind, I encourage you to go to my TikTok. It's Kenshada Dance. I have some business tips up there, and also encouraging videos and a few funny videos for those of you who like to laugh. I'm a person, I like to laugh. I believe that laughter is very good for the soul, not just because the Bible says it, but for my experience, and then from the medical aspect. When you laugh and you're having fun, you release endorphins, which are good for the body. It makes the body feel good, and it heals, as well. So I hope these 5 fears that I've covered, I hope that you've learned, and I hope that you now, at the end of this video, you have the strength to move forward and start your home care agency. If you want somebody to walk along with you during the journey as a mentor, I do mentoring. I'm a consultant. I have a mentorship program where it starts out as a 6-month program, but once you complete the 6 months, you do get a certificate. And if you want to move forward and you want to be mentored a little bit longer, that is an option as well. All you would have to do is reach out to me. But my mentorship program right now is only $37 a month, right? So I know that I spoke on about fear of doing it alone, but if you want a mentor or some type of mentorship, then you need to jump into my mentorship program. Only $37 a month. We meet once a month as a group. You have an activity each month. You have a video. So it's something to keep you engaged and to keep you focused. It provides a level of accountability because some of you may not be able to share these things, what you're doing with your family members or with friends or with coworkers, because they'll talk you right out of it. So you need to connect with like-minded people who are going through the same thing with as you, going through the same process, and they're connecting with people like me to help them along the journey, to give them that push, that encouragement. That goes a long way. I really believe that everybody should have a mentor or a coach, somebody in your corner that can help push you and lead and guide you in a direction business wise, right? So I know we all, some of you, may have a relationship with God or a higher being or whatever you want to call it. But in the physical, sometimes we need somebody that we can talk to on the phone or, face to face, meet with, to give us that advice or that guidance that we need in the moment. Because being a business owner is not a cakewalk. But when you're doing something that you love, and I used to hear this growing up, like, well, if you're doing something that you love, it's not work. And I used to be like, yeah, right, they just saying that. But I naturally love teaching people. So to me, when I have the opportunity to make videos or to teach somebody, I get excited. I don't consider this work. Even when I'm doing consultations, I get excited because I love the fact that somebody is trusting me to come to me and ask me questions, to get information, to get guidance, because I love to teach. I could teach probably like all day if I had the opportunity, but I'm a mother, so I do have other things outside of business that I have to take care of. But when you naturally love doing something, love caring for others, that's why I became a nurse. That's why I started a home care agency, because I like taking care of others. I like helping others, and I love old people. It may sound weird, but for those who resonate with it, I've always hung around old people from when I was younger. Even at 19, I'm hanging around old people. Even at 22, my friends are like double, triple my age, especially, at the time where I was working, my coworkers. I love being around old people. They have a lot of wisdom. They're very funny. You can learn from them. And I just love that. So if you're wanting that extra accountability, then jump into my mentorship program. I also have some self-learning online courses for you, courses that can help you along the way once you get licensed and things like that. So hopefully I've encouraged you to overcome those fears. You have to overcome those fears in order to move forward, because fear can be paralyzing. It will have you stagnant in one position, in one spot for years if you don't overcome. Now, I myself, I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never had to deal with fear, because I have. Fear has held me back in some areas of my life, even growing up, because of some of the fears that I just named with you guys. But once I determined in my mind to overcome those fears, that's when things start moving. That's when I started getting momentum in business and stepping out and not listening to people, blocking out what other people think or say. This vision that I have, it came from God, and it is going to be successful. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself, right? So that's a part of life. So hopefully you, after watching this video, you feel empowered. You feel like an overcomer. You feel like you can do it. And I know you can do it. I know you can overcome it. If I can do it, I know you can do it. So let's get the home care agency started, sis. Let's go ahead and get started. Even if you got to do it in steps, just do it. Just take the first step. All right. So if you want to connect with me, I'll put my website and business phone number in the comments so you can call me. And I also post my consultation link. If you're just not sure and you just want to talk to me and schedule a consultation, that's fine too. Let's do that. But you got to overcome those fears in order to move forward. Okay. So hopefully this video has been helpful for you guys. Please share it. All right. See you soon. Bye. you.